This is Renelle, and welcome to Quality Hang with Rod Brooks and friends. And here he is now, your host, my main man, Rod Brooks.
Thank you very much, Renelle. I am Rod Brooks, and welcome everyone to Quality Hang. Happy Friday to all of you. It's going to be a good show because my dog just came upstairs. As always, I am joined on this broadcasting adventure by my partner in crime, my friend, your friend, the co-host of Quality Hang. He is Marcus Osborne. What up, dog?
What's happening, man? Just shoveling a bunch of ramen into my mouth before the light comes on.
we were just having a very deep conversation about ramen and the cuisine of the two areas that we are from and we currently live in. We're both kids from the South, from Houston and Arkansas and New Orleans and the surrounding environments down there, and then moving here to the Bay Area. And yeah, man, we lucked out when it came to food. Wildly different cuisine. There's no doubt about that.
Yeah.
But putting the differences aside, you can't beat New Orleans food, Southern food, barbecue, all that kind of stuff, and then what we get out here in the Bay.
No, man, not even close. I will fight anybody who thinks differently.
I was telling Marcus that I randomly stumbled onto a ramen place in the city in San Francisco a couple of weeks ago, and I am not exaggerating. I have thought about this place every day since then, and I cannot wait to go to work on Sunday to go do the pre and post game show on NBC Sports Bay Area, and before I do Sports Sunday on NBC Bay Area, I am going to go to that ramen place, and I am going to absolutely destroy it.
Dude, there's nothing like discovering a place.
Yeah, man. Feels good, don't it?
Randomly finding a place.
So
it is the best. It's just like you said, it's all you do is think about getting back there again.
And that's all I thought about, man.
Was it a dream? Was it real?
But yeah, exactly, right? I have to make sure, like, this place wasn't a figment of my imagination.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
It is a free-for-all Friday, and the title speaks for itself. We could get into, and more than likely will get into, any and everything. So buckle your seatbelts, call a friend, call your mama. But it's a free-for-all Friday, so we could get into damn near anything. But we start this show, as we start all of our shows, by thanking our presenting sponsors, the fine folks at Hop Monk Taverns. 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. And my man Dean Biersch and that whole Hop Monk crew, they do the same great things in all 3 locations. Fantastic food from a diverse menu, a craft beer selection that is absolutely outstanding, and live entertainment that no matter what you're into, you can find something that tickles your fancy at Hop Monk. Again, all 3 locations. You could get something as diverse as a touring act from around the country. They have open mic comedy nights. They have country line dancing nights. They have trivia nights. Whatever you're into, you can find it at Hop Monk. So check them out online at hopmonk.com, and definitely follow them on all of the socials. Marcus,
Hey,
I know
my homegirl Miko Marks is a country singer, and she's playing Hop Monk.
Oh yeah, no doubt. See?
Yeah, she's playing Hop Monk in October. So
See?
yeah, be on the
You
lookout
know
for
what?
Miko Marks. Yeah.
We might have to go check that out. And here's the thing, Marcus, because we know somebody at Hop Monk, we could get in for free.
Hook up.
Don't tell anybody. I know we got the hookup, but we got to keep it down low, right? I might know a guy at Hop Monk who might be able to get us in free. I think I can speak very safely. I can speak for the majority of people watching. It's thank God it's Friday, because it has been quite the long and exhausting week. And part of the reason it has been a long and exhausting week is that it has been exhausting keeping up with the Niner injury situation. So we started the week literally on Sunday in Seattle with the Niners losing George Kittle to a hamstring injury. And then we got the prognosis that he's going to be out at least 5 weeks. It's not surprising. Still disappointing, not surprising, because you're talking about a hamstring injury. And I'm sure I mentioned this as someone of course, I'm not a football player, but as someone who has suffered muscle pulls, that is a multi-week injury, and it takes at least a month before you can start doing anything close to what you had done athletically, and it's going to take you a week or more beyond that before you feel comfortable testing out that muscle. So again, the George Kittle news, to me, it's not surprising that he was going to be out at least 5 weeks. So that points to around the Rams game on a Thursday night at the end of this month, more than likely the game in Tampa, and that would be week 6. The biggest news as we review this exhausting week of Niner injury updates, big news, Brock Purdy, he suffered, and Marcus, you talked about this, that it could be turf toe. It's something similar to turf toe. The Niners have been sort of coy in that, and I don't think they're necessarily playing games, but they have been a bit coy in being specific about the injury. Kyle Shanahan, I'm paraphrasing here, said it's turf toe-like, but because there is some uncertainty about the injury itself to Brock Purdy's toe and how long he could stay out, they're saying anything from 2 to 5 weeks, which is around, as I said, the worst case scenario, it's 5 weeks. Thursday night game against the Rams, a little bit more. It's week 6 against Tampa. So you thought, okay, those are the 2 injury situations the Niners are dealing with. It ain't great. Mac Jones is coming in. The Niners have a run game that obviously is better with George Kittle because he's so important to the Niners offense. But the Niners have a run game that can withstand, for a few weeks anyway, not having George Kittle around. So if you're a Niner fan, you're thinking, all right, we still got McCaffrey. Defense is looking good after 1 week. Mac Jones is a capable backup. Kyle Shanahan loves him. They don't have to change the offense all that much, if any, in terms of the passing offense. They're playing the Saints. Saints aren't good, okay? They are to be respected. Saints aren't good. So if you're a Niner fan, you're saying all that, and then you get the news that Trent Williams hasn't practiced all week long, and Trent Williams is questionable for the game coming up on Sunday. Great.
Oh, boy.
You got to laugh to keep from crying.
Wow.
Yeah. So now this is...
I didn't know that. I had not heard that at all.
So now this is nothing injury related in terms of him getting injured during the game or having an injury that is coming from training camp in the preseason. This is a knee that the Niners have chosen to allow Trent Williams to rest and not practice. Trent Williams, like Christian McCaffrey, sometimes Nick Bosa, they will get on Tuesday, the first day of practice in a regular week. You practice Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Trent Williams and others, McCaffrey, as I mentioned, will get what's called a Vets Day. Well, the veterans will get a day off, something that they've earned, and also something smart, because you're talking about guys who are very important, who are older, and you need to be smart with how you use them and how they practice. So Trent Williams got his normal vet day on Tuesday. When he didn't practice on Wednesday, that's when people started paying attention. Or when he didn't practice on Thursday, pardon me, that's when people started really paying attention. He was on a side field today, didn't fully practice today. That's why Trent Williams is questionable. So I say all that to say this is something to definitely monitor for sure. You're going to try to run the ball, run it well against the Saints. You can always do that much better if you have Trent Williams there. He's questionable. Again, 50-50 shot. It's not an injured knee. It's just a knee that needs rest. So this is not an alarming type situation right now, unless he is unable to play on Sunday. But Marcus, I will say this, and this is why it's worth really paying attention to. Trent Williams did not look good on Sunday against Seattle. The problems the Niners had in pass protection, too many times you could point to Trent Williams's play being part of that problem. But here's the thing, and these aren't necessarily good things. He's 37 years old.
Yeah. And
he didn't do a whole lot, understandably, in terms of practicing during the preseason and playing in the preseason, obviously, and practicing during training camp. So the question is, was Trent Williams's less than stellar play on Sunday, was that because he's 37 years old, didn't practice a lot, and he needs to ramp up, he needs to get into game shape? Or was Trent Williams' play on Sunday against Seattle because of the knee situation and the fact that he's 37 and the fact that he didn't, get the ramp up in the preseason? We don't know.
Ooh, that's a rough one, bro.
Yeah.
That is a rough one. I certainly hope that he gets. I mean, I don't know at this point. I mean, these guys are starting to age. These really pivotal players are starting to age, and we just got to expect it. We're going to see a few more injuries, and this is the type of stuff that's going to happen. We need Brock Purdy. I say we, like I'm going to be out there. Brock Purdy needs
in spirit.
Brock Purdy really needs to. He really needs to become a one-man army at this point when he gets back and can play.
But see, here's the thing about that, though. And I understand where you're coming from, but he had to be a one-man army last year. And what did that lead to? Brock Purdy, admittedly, and we could all see it, Brock Purdy trying to do too much. And in trying to do too much, he threw interceptions. He made mistakes. So what they want to get away from, obviously, is him being a one-man gang. And that's why out of all of this, we are back now to square one. The health of Christian McCaffrey is paramount. Trent Williams being questionable, Trent Williams being diminished, even if he can play, that's a problem. That's a problem in the run game. Bigger issue, it's a problem in pass protection. And, again, the Saints aren't all that great, but they're still a legitimate NFL team to a certain extent. And the Saints are looking at it as, okay, they don't have George Kittle. Trent Williams may or may not be there, and he's not looking like Trent Williams. The Saints are looking at Trent Williams' possible absence and going, okay, we can make something happen here. Yeah. And so
or even
not having him.
Even suspecting that he may be diminished. They may just roll up his side.
Exactly. So as important as George Kittle is, as important as Brock Purdy is, this is the situation here that, in my estimation, needs to be paid attention to and needs to be monitored. And, of course, we will continue to do that. There is some good news, however. Jawan Jennings was able to practice today, and he is expected to play and fill his usual role on Sunday in New Orleans. So that is your Niners update. Let me get to a Giants update because that's on and popping right now. And before I let you know what's happening at the corner of 3rd and King, the past is prologue, and it's good news as far as the Giants tracking down the Mets for that 3rd wild card spot.
Nice.
So before today's game, the Mets got swept by the Phillies. A 4-game sweep. 3-game sweeps are hard enough to pull off. But the Mets, who continue to Mets it up real good, got dropped a 4-game sweep by the Phillies. So that was yesterday. That was the Mets' 6th loss in a row. All right. So at the start of tonight's games, the Giants were a game and a half out of the 3rd wild card spot behind the Mets. Now, that's just record-wise. The Mets have the tiebreaker, so it's 2.5. But to not confuse, let's just put the tiebreaker aside, as important as it is, and just focus on the where they are statistically, wins and losses. So before the games started tonight, Giants are half a game out. So the Mets have the Rangers, who are fighting for the AL West with the Astros and the Seattle Mariners. Mets have the Rangers, who have their own issues, have the Rangers and Queens for a 3-game series. And the Rangers dropped a 6th spot on the Mets in the top of the 1st inning. The Mets eventually lose tonight for the 7th game in a row, 8-3. So the Giants start before they even step out onto the field to take on the Dodgers. The Giants started a game behind the Mets for that 3rd wild card. And it's looking good for the Giants right now, although there's still a long way to go. They're in the middle of the 4th. And thanks to a Willie Adames double and an error by Andy Pajes, the center fielder for the for the Dodgers, Rafael Devers 1-out walk scored the Giants' only run so far. They lead the Dodgers 1-0 again, heading to the bottom of the fourth. And Yamamoto is pitching for the Dodgers, and he has pitched very well as of late. Verlander, though, obviously is holding his own. So right now it's a pitcher's duel. Right now it's a good baseball game. And right now the Giants are playing good baseball and getting a whole lot of help from the Mets, because the Mets are Metsing it up real good right now.
This is one of those weird things. I'm not saying they're going to win the World Series or anything, but strange things happen with these Giants teams. We've just seen too many weird and odd things happen with the Giants over the past 15 years or so. So it wouldn't shock me at all if they managed to get in and ended up in the NLCS. It wouldn't shock me at all. It would not shock me at all.
It would be nice, and that's fun to think about. There's still a long way to go. I have to say, though, it would shock me just because I just don't. They just don't have the pitching.
I don't. That's the thing. I don't think they do. I think all of this is improbable. All of it.
Well, let me say this. I don't think they have enough, because clearly Webb and Ray and what you're getting out of Verlander is getting the. If they just could get one more guy to give them 5 strong and then hand it over to the bullpen, with the Mets being the Mets and with the Giants clearly being hot offensively and a much better team defensively, it's possible, but I can't bring myself to say it just yet.
Yeah, I don't listen. If I wouldn't bet on it, but it wouldn't shock me, because the Giants are the Giants, and strange stuff happens with this team constantly. As improbable as what did they win a few years ago? 103 games or something.
Oh, that 2021 team. Yeah, that was
with a bunch of scrubs. Like,
we're not gonna see anything like that again for a long time around here.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
A completely and totally different situation. So yeah, we'll keep you updated on the Giants. Willie Adames is up to bat, leading off at the bottom of the fourth, but 1-0 Giants Dodgers, and that's the way it's supposed to be, man. Getting into September, Giants are fighting for a playoff spot. The Dodgers are in, unfortunately, by the strength of what they've done this season. But Giants Dodgers, late September, stakes are high. That's the way it's supposed to be, man. This is going to be good stuff. It's going to be real good stuff.
The games matter. I mean, look, a couple of weeks ago, we thought these dudes were just playing the string out. We were talking about how fucking awful it is just to try to play the string out when you're losing, and here we are.
I mean, that's the way they look, though, because they were awful. I mean, a month and a half ago, they were absolutely awful. There's no doubt about that. One bit of Giants news, good news, and you want to talk about the Giants getting breaks. Matt Chapman, who was in line for a 1-game suspension because he was bout it a few games ago in Colorado when there was a testosterone presentation. Matt Chapman came in hot and pushed the Rockies pitcher whose name escapes me.
That's Oakland in him still.
Freeland, that's who it was. Freeland. Chapman with that Oaktown in him saw that it was popping off, and he said, "Let me go ahead and get a taste of this." He was kicked out of that game, and remember, that was in the first inning, very early in that game. Matt Chapman was kicked out. Major League Baseball dropped a 1-game suspension. Matt Chapman, as guys in Major League Baseball do, appealed the 1-game suspension. Chapman and the Giants got great news today, because every game is important, and we have definitely seen the importance of Matt Chapman in the Giants lineup. He is the reason that this good run they own has gotten started. Major League Baseball took away the suspension. They rescinded the suspension, and the fine that Chapman paid for getting thrown out is the only punishment. That issue is as dead as Napoleon. So the Giants are going to have Matt Chapman for the duration of the season. They don't have to worry about that 1-game suspension. So again, good news for the Giants.
Is there any truth that Chapman may be getting a 1-game suspension for sexual contact with that rookie?
for choking out Drew Gibson. I think Major League Baseball is looking at that and they're just going, you know what, we're not even going to get involved in that. That's some freaky deaky stuff between Matt Chapman, Drew Gilbert, and the Giants. Major League Baseball is like, we're gonna let y'all figure that out on your own. We're just not gonna get it.
Am I crazy? Wasn't Chapman there with Bob Melvin at the A's?
Yeah,
he did. So I bet you that helps a lot.
Yeah.
Bet you that helps a lot.
For sure. So there's your Giants update. If it is necessary for me to give any unauthorized play-by-play, best believe I will do it. I don't need the express written consent of Major League Baseball. And if Major League Baseball feel like they want to get froggy, then jump.
Yeah.
Come get at me. Come see me, Rob. Come see me.
We'll
and
take the publicity.
Don't right, yeah. Don't send your lawyers, okay? Don't send your peoples.
Yeah.
If you have a problem with this unauthorized play-by-play that I may end up doing, I may not end up doing. But if you got a problem with it, Rob Manfred, be a man and come see me. Come talk to me. Don't send your
lawyers. Get boxed up, Rod. Don't get boxed up, Mr. Manfred. Don't make me bring my buddy Matt Chapman, who will bring the ruckus. All right, if he sees it, you know that Matt Chapman is bout it, and rowdy. All right, so keep your head on. Let me shout out Naomi, who is in NOLA.
Noemi.
NOLA. What's happening?
She's in New Orleans, and she is probably about to get herself an etouffee enema at this very point in time. Have some beignets for us. Speaking of fighting, are you down with the big fight this weekend, man? I haven't gotten into anything boxing related in a long time, but we got a good one coming up tomorrow. It's not even pay-per-view. It's on Netflix. Canelo and Bud Crawford gonna drop them dukes tomorrow night, man. I'm pretty excited about this.
I am actually very much into this. I was once a gigantic boxing nerd. Not nearly as much now because I never got into the UFC like other people did. But boxing,
it's not my type of hype.
Boxing is my jam, and I'm most interested in seeing how Canelo does because he ain't no spraying chicken, and the name still carries weight.
Yeah.
But this will be interesting because if this dude can pull this off.
Well, I mean, it'll be. I have to look at the numbers. I'm pretty sure this will be considered a big upset. And listen, Crawford ain't no chump. No. But what you mentioned though, Mark, is that Canelo isn't a spring chicken. No. Neither is Crawford. Crawford's gonna be 38.
True.
And I'm not going to sit here and sound like I'm a boxing expert. I looked all of this up, just thinking about the fight and watching it. And I didn't know this. I thought Crawford was a young cat. Crawford's going to be 38 in a couple of weeks, and he's jumped up 2 weight classes. This is a super middleweight fight. Canelo's belts are on the line. I'll move this graphic here so you can see all the numbers here. But Canelo, obviously a sterling record, 63-2-2. Yeah, an absolute legend. And the boxing I do know is I know when Canelo hits you, you get hit and you stay hit. Okay, Mans packs a punch. And he will drop you, as you see in the bottom corner of this graphic. 39 knockouts, and Crawford 41-0. They say he's a southpaw, but he can go both ways. Pause. And he's knocked out a few guys in his day too. So again, I'm not going to sit here and be a boxing expert. However, older guy. Jumping up in weight class, couple of spots, jumping up in weight class against the guy who's established in that class. And he is a very powerful puncher, even though Crawford's hard to hit. They say styles make fights. I think still stylistically, he tried to say, this is going to be a good fight. But you got an older guy jumping up 2 weight classes. I don't know.
Canelo's not young. And he's been through a bunch of shit.
Been through a lot.
So I just feel like getting into the ring with a guy who's essentially had 20 fewer fights, which is saying a lot. I think he can. I think he can outlast him. I think he's going to outlast him.
Well, and that seems to be the trick that Canelo would like to see if he could drop Crawford early, so he doesn't have to go all 12. And Crawford, who clearly would love to knock Canelo out, but I would think that would be a strategy that would be one to not pursue as your main strategy. I would think if you're Crawford, try win rounds, have good rounds, and see if you can win that bad boy by decision. More than likely, though, and this is the thing about boxing that has always turned me off, you know that because it is a money thing. And by the way, this is a purse for these two guys that's over $100 million. Okay. So they both gonna get broken off something real proper. You know, because it's boxing, you know it's goofy, you know it's corrupt, and you know money is the most important thing. I wouldn't be surprised if we get a split decision and they do this whole thing all over again in about a year and a half.
Yeah, it wouldn't shock me at all. And I'll tell you, one of the things that I love boxing, and one of the things that has actually turned me off is the fact that at least 25, 30 years ago, it's weird to say, but at least dudes fought people. And they would, and yeah, it may take a while, but they were fighting each other. And it is now guys are so risk averse because they're trying to protect. They want to build that record up, make it look good, so that
they want to do the Mayweather. Yeah,
they want to do that thing.
Yeah,
and I'm like, boxing. We've been saying it for decades, but boxing needs to have a legitimate commissioner who has some real control and power. It's one of the things that's made UFC so intriguing to people because ain't nobody ducking and dodging nobody.
Yeah, and also nobody's getting paid because Dana White's keeping all the money. The commissioner, if you will, of the UFC.
Yeah, but Dana White makes sure that people get the fight that they want to see. And boxing, with its multiple belts and multiple leagues, it just can't compete with that. I think people finally got fed up with folks waiting until the young guys waiting until the old guy's out of his prime, so then he can have a fight with him and beat him, so he can get that fat check, and so that you can have that name on your resume as somebody you beat. Like, we got to do something about it. I think if we did that, boxing would bounce back.
Well, if you let Crawford tell it, the reason that Canelo finally decided, because all the pressure, if you will, is on Canelo. Right.
Sure. Yeah.
He didn't have to take the fight. He's already a made man. Okay.
100%.
Right. Crawford's the challenger. Crawford's the guy that jumped up to two weight classes to try and fight him. But if you let Crawford tell it, and I think there is some truth to this, that the reason Canelo's taking his fight is because they made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
Yeah.
$100 million, that purse and more, will make you make some real significant business decisions. You know what I'm saying? And that's why, because we've seen this with boxing before, but because there's so much money to be made with these guys fighting now and fighting in the future. If I were a betting man, and I'm not, and I don't know a whole hell of a lot about boxing, but I do know how boxing operates.
Yep.
We're going to see a split decision on Saturday night. And
it wouldn't shock me at all.
For $200 million.
Wouldn't shock me at all. Would not shock me at all. Especially if the fight turns out to be good. Yeah, we're going to do this again.
Yeah. Real quick Giants update. Justin Verlander, he's doing the job he's been tasked to do. He has held the Dodgers to 0 runs as the Giants head now to the bottom of the 5th. I did see, however, and I'm watching this on a monitor. I can't hear, obviously, what's going on, but I feel pretty good on what I'm about to say, just on what I observed. Looks like Dom Smith has suffered some sort of a soft tissue injury. He was brought out of the game, and they replaced him at first base with Wilmer Flores. And while obviously Jung-Hoo Lee and Chapman and Adames Endeavors, those are the 4 guys that have gotten the Giants offense rolling. Dom Smith over these past few weeks has been a key part of keeping the line moving, and his defense at first base, there's no drop off there. So Devers is your normal first baseman, but having Dom Smith to come in there and his bat has been a big part of what has made the Giants go over these last few weeks. So that is something to monitor. Just wanted to drop that in. See if we can throw some of these chats up here on the screen. Matt, ready for a Cowboys win Sunday?
I know he's saying that.
Let's talk about week 2 of the NFL season. Most of the good games, if not all of the good games on paper or on this graphic anyway, are the late game on Fox, Super Bowl rematch, KC and the Eagles. Big game for the Chiefs. It's early in the season, and 17-game season. Going 0-2 is not the death sentence it used to be when it was a 16-game season. Yeah. But people are feeling like that KC is trending downward. Worthy's not going to be there because of the friendly fire that he took from Travis Kelce in the Chiefs' first game down in Brazil. The Eagles flying high, pardon the pun. So KC and the Eagles, that's the best out of the Sunday games. Falcons and the Vikings Sunday night game. Monday night slate's going to be real nice. Got ourselves a doubleheader. The gritty gutty Houston Texans going against the Tampa Bay Bucks, and then Marcus's Oakland Raiders in the LA Chargers. Harbaugh and Pete Carroll getting back together for
they love each other
for the What's Your Deal Bowl. What's your deal? What's your deal? Just two children back when they were coaching at USC and Stanford. What's your deal? What's your deal?
That's funny.
So those seem to be the best games, but obviously on an NFL Sunday, you could never tell just by looking at the matchups what's going to be the best game or not. But those night games and Chiefs, Eagles, like I said, on paper or on graphic, look to be the best games. As far as the Cowboys, I mean, they are playing the Giants, so maybe the Cowboys will get their first win on Sunday.
Yeah, or maybe they won't.
Hopefully they won't.
Maybe they won't.
Hey, if you're Russell Wilson, you don't have to worry about Michael Parsons breaking you in half. So this could be your day to ingratiate yourself to the New York Giants.
I tell you what, that Baltimore-Cleveland game should be interesting just because Cleveland decided to run their mouth about your boy Derrick Henry. So
I saw that, man. Grant Delpit from LSU, and you know what? We're not necessarily an academic institution. Let me say that. I don't know why Grant Delpit decided to say something as unintelligent as, and I'm going to paraphrase it here, but tackling Derrick Henry is not that hard, bruh. Dog, come on, man. What? It's possibly one of the most dangerous things you can do on this planet. I think in terms of dangerous jobs, there's window washer, coal miner, merchant marine, and a defensive back having to play against Derrick Henry on any given Sunday, Monday, or Thursday. What you mean it ain't that hard to tackle Derrick Henry? Stop smoking weed, boy.
Yeah, because now he's going to look for you. He's looking for you, bro.
And here's the deal. And if you faking the funk on a tackle on Derrick Henry, we all gonna notice. So
yes, sir.
Could have just kept your mouth closed, dog.
Should be no business decisions made. You better go head up.
You better straight up. It better be Steve Atwater and Christian Okoye all over again. You better meet him in the hole and pass best be popping. Because if we see any trepidation from you, Grant Delpit, and when it comes to tackling Derrick Henry, hey man, go Tigers and all. You gonna get roasted, and I'm gonna be the leader of the charge because you didn't have to say none of that.
Hey,
brother.
Family gives it to your best.
Could have kept it to yourself, man. absolutely kept it to yourself. Mike McDaniels, coach of the Dolphins, he is on job watch.
Yeah,
he's got problems for sure. Colts and Broncos That might be a sneaky good game. And Seahawks and Steelers. That could be a sneaky good game too.
The Seahawks Steelers game, I think, would probably be interesting.
Yeah.
We'll see what your boy Aaron Rodgers has up his sleeve. See if he can duplicate that performance from this past weekend.
And the Bears, who embarrassed themselves on Monday nights, letting J.J. McCarthy come back from a deficit and beat them. Bears and the Lions. That's a group that is trying to figure out who they are. They've had a nice talent drain over the past few years, losing coordinators, and seems like the bloom is off the rose. Don't get me wrong; the Lions are still good to be respected. Until further notice. But that Lions squad that was, I think, one of the darlings, if not the darlings, of the NFL last year, they seem to be missing some pieces and missing that mojo. Somebody got to bite a kneecap. On that Lions squad. That's right. I guess Coach got to get busy and bite a kneecap or two. Let people know that he's still about that life. So.
I mean, Ben Johnson apparently was the brain drain. At least that's what it looks like so far. We'll see if this holds up, but boy.
And Aaron Glenn on the defensive side too. He's not a head coach at the Jets. He was their defensive coordinator for the past few years, and now is with the Jets. So yeah, I would say that I wouldn't necessarily put the Lions and the Niners in the same boat as far as what they're going through, but I do think that both teams are trying to deal with issues. That are dissimilar, but issues nonetheless that both teams have to figure out here. I think at a quick, fast, and a hurry, more so the Lions in that regard, so they can get on some stable footing and try to rip off some wins. Still, good football teams with talent, the Lions and the Niners, but I do think that they're in that mix. If the Eagles and the Packers, Jesus Christ, and seeing what they did last night with Micah Parsons. And we'll get to Micah Parsons and cursing Jerry Jones for giving him to the Packers for basically nothing. If the Packers and the Eagles are the upper echelon, you throw the Niners and the Lions in there with the Rams, who may, and you might even say that the Rams are a little bit ahead of the Niners and the Packers. I know. Yeah, they're healthy. For now, as long as Matt Stafford is upright, that Lions squad is good. And I think Minnesota is in that group with the Niners and the Lions in terms of good football teams that are going to be hurt from, as far as the playoffs in the NFC are concerned. But they still have some things that they need to clean up before you start talking about them as total locks. Justin Verlander has thrown 76 pitches of scoreless baseball. Giants still up 1-0 in the top of the sixth. 1 out. Freddie Freeman at bat. Giants-Dodgers 3-game series at the corner of third and King as it stands right now, with the Mets losing their 7th game in a row, the beginning of a 3-game series against the Rangers. The Giants are now record-wise 1 game behind the Mets for the 3rd and final wild card spot.
Verlander may be able to pull something out of the hat. He's been here before. He's been through these wars. I mean, he may be able to pull some out at the end of the year and really get people excited.
I said this when he got signed, that Giants fans were going to like him because I got a chance to watch him and appreciate him being with the Astros over the last few years. And the whole thing was, as long as you didn't have to rely on Justin Verlander to do too much heavy lifting, he's going to go out there, he's going to eat innings, and he still has a fastball. Like right now, he just threw a fastball, top 6. That was his 79th pitch. Justin Verlander, 41 years old? 41, 42. He just threw a 93-mile-an-hour four-seam fastball. His fastball still has life on it. If he can spot it, and he's been really good at spotting his fastball, Verlander has over his last, I would say, 5 starts. If I'm remembering correctly. He spots that fastball. Dude knows how to pitch. He knows how to set guys up. He knows how to save something so he can have some velocity later in his start. Justin Verlander is doing exactly what he's capable of doing. Through 8 pitches in the 5th inning, is on his 8th pitch right now with 2 outs, as I mentioned, in the top of the 6th in the 6th inning. So Justin Verlander, who I think has already gotten Giants fans to appreciate him, and I would dare say love him over his past few starts. If he is the tip of the spear for the Giants, possibly winning this game tonight, There's going to be a lot of people who say that Justin Verlander will never have to pay for a meal in San Francisco again.
Facts. Facts.
Let's get to some silly stuff, shall we? On this Free for All Friday, let's truth in advertising. It's what we must do. It's part of the show now where we highlight something that will make you do what Shannon Sharp did as he was walking through an airport with a small dog strapped to his chest. And he said to someone who was surreptitiously filming him, he said,
"Bro, really?
We will show you something that will give you the exact same response that Shannon Sharp had." Mentioned the Vikings-Bears game from a few days ago. A comeback, and I don't know if it was an improbable comeback, but I would say that it was, even though they're playing the Bears, and the Bears, like the NFC version of the Browns, the Bears be Baron, that for J.J. McCarthy on the road in the Monday night game where the Bears seemingly were comfortable, for him to engineer a comeback and for the Vikings to win was a somewhat improbable comeback.
I think it's fair to say.
And there was a Vikings fan, an old head, was very excited about the comeback, as we football fans tend to get when our teams do something that is of the comeback variety. But I think you will all agree with me when you see this video that Unc might have been wilding just a little bit. Just a little bit.
We hungry! We hungry, nephew! We hungry! I said we hungry!
Oh.
I said we...
Yeah, I don't.
I said we hungry, nephew!
Okay.
We hungry!
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Hungry, nephew!
Okay. Ooh, boy. And by the way, he said, "We hungry, nephew."
Not horny.
Not horny. Yes, I could see the quizzical look in your face, Marcus, and I could feel the quizzical looks from all of the fine viewers of Quality Hang. You were wondering if Unc was feeling a little was feeling some sexual healing with that Vikings improbable comeback. No, he was saying, "We hungry, nephew."
Yeah.
I don't understand why being hungry means you have to pump the air. I don't know. Okay. Maybe some questions are better left unanswered.
Yeah, he
but
just want to show he still got it.
But did he really have to show us after a football game? And
Yeah, please.
I said we hungry, nephew!
Oh,
We hungry!
see,
Yeah,
I told you.
bro.
you would see this video and you would have the exact same reaction as Shannon Sharp did.
Yeah,
Bro, really?
yeah.
Was it that necessary?
I hope he's not married.
They don't take a blue chew before the game. We need to get Pablo Torre on this. I know he's investigating Steve Ballmer and getting to the bottom of his dastardly financial deeds with
But leave Pablo alone. Matter of fact, Pablo might want to get some protection because he out here exposing people.
Yeah, man. Listen, but Pablo's gonna need a food taster. That's what he's gonna need.
For real.
So there you go, bruh. Really, Unc? Did it have to? Was it really that crucial? Was it really that good to you? I guess it was. Maybe I shouldn't. Maybe I shouldn't judge. To each his own. If Drew Gilbert can hump the dugout railing, then Unc can hump the air after J.J. McCarthy.
I ain't kink shaming. Do what you do, man.
So, you know what? Maybe we should get Unc and Drew. Maybe we should get them together. And
This
maybe we have a little something. Maybe we have a little something.
And get Chapman on the neck. Yeah, we got a threesome happening of the most crucial order.
Drew Gilbert and Unc making it happen. Let's see here. What do we have? Let's do some on this date here on this Free for All Friday. On this date, September the 12th, a couple of things here, and we'll stay in the music world on this date. As you can tell, I'm vamping here. Let me find it. Did I bring it up? Maybe I didn't bring it up. Give me 1 second here, because I want to start in chronological order. On this date in 1975, here it is. On this date in 1975, Pink Floyd released Wish You Were Here. The album Wish You Were Here, that contained, wait for it, the song Wish You Were Here, Have a Cigar, Welcome to the Machine. I think Shine On You Crazy Diamond is on Wish You Were Here. Iconic album cover you see there. 1975, Pink Floyd. Admittedly, I'm not a massive Pink Floyd fan. I know it. It's never really moved me. But Pink Floyd and their imprint on music is undeniable.
I have a theory about Pink Floyd.
Ooh, let's hear it.
It's a very simple theory. Pink Floyd's success is mostly dictated by the era in which they launched, which was an era of shrooms, acid, and weed. And if you throw on some Floyd and you got any of those substances coursing through your body, everything is it's like a symphony, Rod. It all works out.
I would say that it's Pink Floyd's music does lead itself to be enjoyed with, let's say, performance enhancing drugs, sonic performance enhancing, sonic enhancing drugs. Thank you very much. And maybe that's why it's never really done it for me. I mean, Wish You Were Here is a beautiful song. And obviously written out of, heartbreak, losing Syd Barrett. Syd Barrett, losing him. And Roger Waters, he's kind of a weirdo right now. Excellent songwriter. David Gilmour is an unbelievable guitar player. And their music, like I said, I think it stands the test of time, even if it's not my type of hype. And like I said, you cannot deny the effect that Pink Floyd has had on popular music, in this country and in Europe, England to be specific, but Europe, of course, and really worldwide. I don't know why I'm just sticking to English speaking countries worldwide. I don't know why. That it's been undeniable, their impact. So it does lend itself to taking substances to enjoy, but
it makes it better.
Yeah, Pink Floyd is Pink Floyd. They're pretty damn good. They're pretty damn good. It's just not my type of deal, though. But Wish You Were Here came out on this date in 1975. Also on this date in 2003, the iconic and irreplaceable Johnny Cash passed away on this date at the age of 71. You want to talk about one of one?
Yep.
There's a lot of people who've done Elvis Presley impressions over the years. A lot of people have done Little Richard impressions and Chuck Berry impressions and Mick Jagger impressions, who he did an impression of James Brown and Chuck Berry. There's a lot of people imitating a lot of people. Johnny Cash didn't imitate anybody.
Nope.
And no one has been able to, or maybe better yet, had the balls to try and do a Johnny Cash impression. You didn't have to be a country music fan. You didn't have to be a fan of Johnny Cash's music to respect Johnny Cash and be down with what he was down with.
Johnny Cash was like that. Like, you see a lot of dudes, particularly in country music today, a lot of posers, a lot of wannabe tough guys. Johnny Cash was that dude for real.
Johnny Cash was that cat, man. No doubt.
Like, he lived that, like, he was legit on that thing. He was for real. You want to talk about a real one? Johnny Cash is a real one.
Johnny Cash was a real one. Ain't no doubt. Ain't no doubt about that. Yeah, man. So on this date in 2003, the man in black, the great Johnny Cash, passed away at the age of 71. So there you go on this date. We normally end the show with the worst thing that I've seen today. Well, today I can't get rid of this. Ooh, here we go. Hang on, we'll get it. There we go. Woo! It is a free for all Friday, can't you tell? On this day, though, we're going to do something different because, boy, it's been a week around here, and I saw something this week, video-wise, that it shook me to my core. And since we're family, I feel like that I have to share this video, and I have to talk about this video, because I think the only way that we are going to get past what we're going to see here is to talk about it as a family. And I'll get to the best thing that I've seen today, but because it's been a week, I feel compelled to share you the worst thing I've seen this week. But damn it. Oh no, wait a minute. Hang on. I did all that setting it up to that. Oh, darn it. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. Here we go. Okay, we remove that. All right, the worst thing I've seen this week. Take two. Klay Thompson, everybody. In a seedy pool hall in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's player, right?
We got to interview the champ. What's next? Hold on, we got to interview the champ, man. I was out here, man. Titan had a loss today. Oh, no, I'm winning life because I'm 1-1 on the billiards table. Damn it, boy! I ain't leaving here with a W. Oh no, sorry, with an L. I'm going home with a W.
Clay's been drinking, by the way. Klay has been drinking.
I'm sorry you guys had to see that.
Like
I said, it's been a disturbing week. And we've seen disturbing videos on the internet. And I'm sorry I had to show that to you. Because love Klay Thompson. Okay? All right? It's Klay Thompson, man. Who don't love Klay Thompson? Some people in Oklahoma City who don't much care for him. But by and large, everybody loves Klay Thompson. I don't mind that Klay Thompson goes out in seedy pool halls in terrible towns like Nashville, Tennessee. The problem I have with this video and why I felt compelled to show you this video is that Klay Thompson is a Tennessee Titans fan.
Is he though? Is he though?
I'm going to go ahead and play the video again for you, Marcus. And listen to the words from the man himself.
Champ, who next? Hold on, we got to interview the champ, man. I was out here, man. Titan had a loss today. Oh, no, I'm winning life because I'm 1-1 on the billiards table. Damn it, boy! I ain't leaving here with a W. Oh no, sorry, with an L. I'm going home with a W.
Why would he be wearing a Titans jersey? Why would he say, and he would proudly flex the Titans jersey like an animal in front of the camera? Why would he say the Titans lost today, but it's okay? I just won on the pool table and I'm going home with a W.
I feel like he was inebriated when he said it because there was some slight slurring going on. I feel like he was not in his right mind. And, Klay likes to turn up. Quiet as kept. People don't know. Klay seems introverted, but he likes to get his party on.
He might be as high as a tree in the Sequoia National Forest. No amount of alcohol and or the stickiest of the icky will make someone put on a Titans jersey and say, we got a loss today. Okay? He's a Titans fan. I noticed I've seen his video now several times.
I don't know how that happened.
I thought I was immune to being just disappointed and angry, but I'm not. And I know, Marcus, you're quickly going through the 7 stages of grief. And you're at denial now, because how could a guy seemingly as fun-going and fun-loving as Klay Thompson debase himself to become a Tennessee Titans fan?
I don't get it.
And here's the thing. His woman, the official couple of the bond of Quality Hang, Megan Thee Stallion and Clay. Megan Thee is from where? H-Town, Houston, Texas. Where were the Tennessee Titans before they packed up and moved to Tennessee? From Houston. Clay, if you're going to be down with Meg, you can't be rocking that Titans gear, dog.
I just don't like.
We can't have that.
There was never any sign that he was a Titans fan.
That's the thing. That's
12 years he was out here.
That's the thing.
What?
That's the thing. Isn't he from Oregon?
Yeah, so I'm like, how did any of this happen?
I don't think he has a connection with Cam Ward.
That's so weird. It's so weird.
Klay Thompson, Tennessee Titans fan. That is, without a doubt, and I've seen a lot, it's the worst thing I've seen this week.
By the way, speaking of the Tennessee Titans, did you ever see that Aaron McNair, the Steve McNair documentary?
No, I didn't see it.
Man,
it's too sad. I know how the story ends.
I
know.
Real mystery.
It's mystery.
Yes.
His jump off shot him.
Yeah. Did she? It's a real mystery, Rod Brooks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, dude. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I thought it was cut and dry that Steve McNair had a woman on the side. She wanted more than Steve was willing to give her, and because
there were some unanswered questions,
such as
you should have to see that.
No, just tell them I don't want to watch it.
Wait, you know what? I do want to hit one thing because we were talking about this the other day.
Absolutely.
We were talking about our guy, Commissioner
Rob Manfred. Oh, it's Adam Silver. Yes.
So he did not do a good job of selling this new media deal because
he doesn't have to. He already got the money.
Well, here's what I'm saying. The way it came off was like, oh, basically you won't be able to see most of these games because you have to pay for them. Well, come to find out that there are actually 3 times as many games that you can watch for free. So instead of the usual 15 or so games that you can watch over network television, you get 75 now. Between NBC and ABC, 75 games.
So there's going to be 75 over the course. Are we including playoff games in there too?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
75 because I guess there were like 15 a year over on ABC. Well, now ABC and NBC are broadcasting games over the air and just with an antenna, and the total amount would be up to 75. So that's actually not bad. And I think it's on him to not lead with that.
Well, it's just a wild thing for a commissioner to, but the bigger point is, and you're right. Okay, there are more over-the-air free games to watch than in the previous contract. And by the way, paid to be the bearer of bad news, but Justin Verlander did give up a solo home run as they are now in the top of the 7th. The Verlander is at 104 pitches. He gave up a solo home run. The score is tied, and he also just gave up a 2-out double. So Bob might have left him in just a little bit too long, as looks like they're going to get Verlander out of there and get someone in. But back basically to square one.
Yeah.
1-1 Giants Dodgers, runners on first and second with 2 outs.
Okay.
Top of the 7th. Nobody said it was ever going to be easy.
Yeah.
So here we go. So yeah, there are more games free. Problem is the NBA already has a perception issue that the regular season doesn't matter.
Yep.
It doesn't matter to the players. And because it doesn't matter to the players, it doesn't matter to the fans, and the league seems to be okay with the regular season not mattering because the playoffs are its showcase, which is true, and they already got the money from the new TV deal. It's wild to hear a commissioner say the quiet part out loud of, well, it doesn't matter whether you watch the regular season games or not. It doesn't matter whether you watch the games. You could just watch the highlights. It's for him to, in essence, devalue the product in real time to your fan base after you already got the money, it's just a wild thing to say in public. And for somebody as supposedly as smart as Adam Silver to say that with almost a sheepish grin on his face is some wild stuff. By the way, fly out to Drew Gilbert. Verlander is able to leave the game in the 7th, but he did give up that solo home run. 1 of 4 Dodger hits, 1-1 at Oracle Park as the Giants go to the bottom of the 7th. So anyway, the thing about the commissioner is to say that stuff out loud. It's just the arrogance of it. I think it's the problem.
It clearly, the question clearly touched the nerve, and instead of keeping your calm and actually selling your sport and talking about the advantages of this new contract, you spout off some goofy shit.
Yeah.
And turn basically everybody against you.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think it's one of those situations where it doesn't matter. They already got the money.
Yeah,
they already got the money.
He's got the money, but I'm saying if you're trying to sell your sport regardless, you don't want to turn people off to it.
But that's the thing. He's not trying to sell the sport. It doesn't have to. It would be smart to continue to sell it and grow it. But if they were really about that, then they wouldn't have as many games as they do on streaming services. You know what I mean? You would do less of that and much more of the games over free over the air television, particularly regular season games. And I would be very intrigued to find out if the number of regular season games on free over the air TV, ABC and NBC is equal to more or less than what you had in the previous contract when you had games just on ABC. Playoffs is a completely different animal. I think the bigger question is about the regular season and the devaluing of the regular season, or just not selling the regular season at all. To hear the commissioner of your sport say that, to me, is short-sighted, arrogant, and it just doesn't make any sense.
It's very silly. It's a faux pas that a savvy guy should
not have made,
not avoid.
Should not have made.
Crazy.
Wrap this bad boy up here. Best thing I saw today is actually from last night, but I saw it this morning, so it still tracks. This is the best thing I saw today. The Green Bay Packers put them things on the Washington Commanders, and there was a collective like Carl Lewis singing the national anthem out of key from fans around the NFL, seeing for the second week in a row that Green Bay defense with Micah Parsons. It is absolutely scary. Micah Parsons had half a sack, 3 quarterback hits. He was an absolute menace and completely and totally dismantled that Commanders passing game last night. So Thursday Night Football, Micah Parsons is on the desk talking to the talking heads on Amazon after the game, and while they were waiting to come back from commercial break, a organic chant started up from the Green Bay Packers, and it won't take you very long from when you hear the chant to realize what they're saying.
Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Jerry.
Yeah. Jerry Jones. Don't need that guy. No. Why would you want a guy to rush the passer like that? Oh, it's because you say you want to stop the run. Then you weren't able to stop the run, and now you can't stop the run, and you don't have a pass rusher, to the extent where they brought in, the Cowboys did, Jadeveon Clowney for a tryout. And what did Jadeveon Clowney say to the Cowboys? Nah, I'm good.
My man's like, what? Nah, I'm cool.
So these Packer fans chanting, "Thank you, Jerry," that was the best thing that I saw today. Just what a bozo, for God's sakes! Give an already good football team a generational pass rusher. Nice job.
So dumb.
That's the best thing I saw today.
Oh my God.
There you go. It'd be great if one of the best things, if not the best thing I saw today, was the Giants beating the Dodgers. But it looks like we are going to end this Free-for-All Friday of Quality Hang without being able to give you unauthorized play-by-play. Like I said, Rob Manfred, come at me if you have a problem with it. But we will get on out of here because I want to go get some ice cream. But before we do that, Marcus wants to get back to his ramen. Before we do that, we'd like to thank our presenting sponsor, the fine folks at Hot Monk Taverns, 3 locations to choose from: Sonoma, Sebastopol, and in Novato. Make sure you check them out online at hotmonk.com. And to all the quality hangers in the comments, you guys mixing it up on a free-for-all Friday. Absolutely outstanding job as always. Noemi, enjoy yourself in New Orleans. I know we got a couple other people that are there as well. Have yourself a good time. And just a bit of advice from a couple of guys who know how New Orleans can bite you if you're not careful.
Yeah, buddy. Yes, indeed.
Make sure you just have a hurricane. Okay.
Yes.
Do not have multiple hurricanes. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
One hurricane, you're good.
Yeah.
Multiple hurricanes, you're probably going to be fighting somebody in the streets. Okay. All right.
Multiple hurricanes, you won't remember the weekend. You
will not remember the weekend whatsoever. Same goes for hand grenades. Okay.
Oh my God, dude.
Have a hand grenade.
Boy, they
hand grenades. Hand grenades, the plural. That's a problem. That's a problem.
Crazy.
All right. So that's one to grow on from your cousins, Rod and Marcus. We're just trying to help you. Okay. Because we've been there before.
Yeah,
right. These are cautionary tales that we have experience with. Because then, the next thing you know, you're on the corner of Bourbon and Toulouse Street, rapping the entirety of Dope Fiend Beat while people walk past you going, what's wrong with that guy?
That's right. It's so easy to get sucked in. So just
it's so easy. So easy. Yes, the good old days. Enjoy your weekend, my man. Let's do this again on Monday at 8 o'clock. How about it? All right, everybody. Enjoy your weekend as well. And as always, be good and be good at it. We will see you.